Alrighty, here we go, guys. Tier list for the One Piece live action series. We watched it all. Now, I'm caught up on One Piece, the animated series. So here's my opinion of somebody that has seen it all, along with the live action. It's going to be spoiler free to start. I'll tell you guys my overall review right now. The live action series was okay. It was true to the source somewhat, to where it was at least... They definitely changed it to make it more TV show. They added a little extra storyline. But they did follow the overarching story pretty well. And if you want to pick up One Piece after episode 40, and you want to watch the live action, you could just do that and pick up One Piece right after, I think. And you're really not going to miss out on anything. Other than getting used to what the characters sound like, really. They did pretty good, making the characters kind of feel like how they do in the TV show. And... yeah, we're going to go ahead and go into the individual character reviews now. Velveeta, I think is her name. Velveeta over here, first pirate you see. Dude, like, they gave her 2 speaking lines. Although in the show, she's kind of pretty trash as well. They kind of... Okay, so going to spoiler territory now of the show. I will be going to spoiler territory now, alright? So if you didn't see it all, and you're really worried about spoilers for the beginning of One Piece... Here it is. She came back at the end of the season with Buggy for a second. Like, they're going to do something else with her next season. But she does never show back up on the show. So hopefully that was just some TV show cringe and they're not bringing her back. Pretty weak pirate. Doesn't deserve the bounty she had. All she could do is swing a big stick. Teddy Roosevelt style, honestly. Arlong. Arlong gets A tier. Not S tier. Not S tier. I liked Arlong. I think he was pretty intimidating. It was hard to kind of see why he was stronger than everyone else. But he was... And this... Okay, so these tiers, by the way, are based off how interesting the character was, / true to the story, / just my personal opinion, alright? So, this is just opinionated answers, not on... how good they acted or how true they were to their actual characters. This is just how good they did in the show. Arlong gets an A. The makeup was amazing. It was actually really good. He looked like a beast. He did. He fought kind of weak against Luffy, but then again, Luffy does beat him, so it makes sense. Yeah. Buggy stole the show. Stole the show, bro. Like, literally was probably, like, his episode might have been the best. And the series, he gets the second episode dedicated to him and, like, their pirates. And even though they're so stupid, and in the beginning they're so dumb and useless, he's actually they make him, like, a lot more intimidating and creepy by adding, like, how he, like, did what he did to the townspeople. He kind of captures Luffy. And he's kind of a savage in the fight. He really goes savage in the fight. It looks like, how are they going to beat him? Like, for real. And they do it in a very corny way. So that was kind of weird. But he did a good job looking like a psychopath. Just constantly his lines were, like, very serious and then non-serious and then, like, angry and then, like, laughing. It was very, like, kind of Joker vibe. I liked it. Garp gets a C. I think he gets a C, maybe a B, maybe a C. Okay, I don't want to get into the accents. Like, I don't want accents to ruin characters, right? I didn't know that it was Garp at the beginning. I just figured there was some lieutenant guy, and I didn't know it was the same guy that was there with Roger that was Garp later on. Like, I literally didn't even recognize him that much. I was like, is that the same guy? I can't tell. I was like, was Garp there for the execution standing up? Like, why was Garp there? Why did they do that? They kind of screwed up the execution for Roger in the beginning, in my opinion. Didn't like that at all. That was kind of weird. And Garp needs to be more unhinged. He seemed a little unhinged, but he also just seemed not true to Garp, if that makes sense. A little more carefree would have been nice, but he seemed very, like, tight edge, you know what I mean? Like, tight, like, I don't know. Garp could be better. Garp could have been better, alright? This guy gets A tier, bro. What's his name? The dude that's with Kobe. He actually was. All of his lines were delivered pretty well. Like, he was so funny to me because he's like a weakling, and he's it's all like Hemelepo. It's all nepotism because his dad is like a big Marine admiral or whatever, and like he kind of gets put in his place. He's kind of a jerk, but at the same time, it's like he kind of adapts and learns like, okay, I do need to step it up by the end of it. But like during the whole show, honestly, he was such a jerk and annoying, but not in a way that made me hate him, but in a way that like kind of entertained me. I'm giving him an A. I think he could have been way worse. He could have been way worse, is what so him being like as important and funny in the show to me, like kind of surprised me. Don't remember her name. Usopp's girlfriend. Did they kiss in the anime? I don't remember that. I don't remember. She gets, I almost want to give her, I mean, honestly, she's playing a sick character the whole time. She's quiet. Pretty simple role. There's not much to do there. Yeah, not the most interesting at all. Kobe gets a B. I love Kobe. I think he's one of the best characters in One Piece. He definitely becomes one of the best characters in One Piece, but early Kobe is one of the worst characters in One Piece, and he stays early Kobe the entire time. He's trying to get cooler, but I mean, I didn't enjoy the Kobe stuff, to be honest. He just seemed so. The way he's like delivered all his lines seems so weird. I guess he had like a nervousness to him, but I guess that's Kobe. But I just didn't enjoy watching Kobe stuff. This guy, C, kind of a clown character. Like more of a clown than this guy. The fox, the cat pirates. Like, the whole plan, I don't know. Like, I mean, actually he gets a B. His costume was sick. His costume was kind of sick. He wasn't terrible. He wasn't terrible. We'll get a B. Luffy gets A. B plus A. Luffy, I don't know what it was, man. I just didn't feel like normal Luffy to me. He was all right. He just seemed, Luffy is such a unique character. He's just like, he believes in dreams and like he kind of like, there's no reason you can't do anything you want type mindset. Which he seemed like his smile was like kind of just like there's nothing behind it almost. You know what I mean? I don't know. It was interesting. It kind of felt a little forced on everything he was doing though. It didn't feel natural in a lot of situations. But he did do good in a lot of situations, I think. But Buggy, when you watch a TV show at the end of the day, you're just hypnotizing yourself to believe what you're watching is real, right? It's a little deeper than I wanted to get into. But watching Buggy made me believe I was watching Buggy character. When I was watching Luffy, I kept thinking about this guy's acting like Luffy. Right? That's why I want to give Luffy just an A. Yo, Mihawk gets a D. I'm sorry. Mihawk. Bro. They just chose him for acting? I'm pretty sure I saw the difference between him and his stunt double during the fighting. Did you guys notice? Anybody watch it? Mihawk was just such a letdown, bro. For such a cool character. Yeah, he failed. Dude, like literally, I think he wasn't even doing his own swords play during the fight. Like, it looked like CGI as soon as he started fighting. When it's just sword fight. And I think the actor isn't the same person they used in the stunts. I think Luffy, his character, did his stunts, possibly, for a lot of them. Because he seemed like he was like an agile type character. I like the way that they moved around Luffy a lot. That was one of my favorite parts, is that, it's a cartoon show, but at least they were able to make Luffy a little more real with the way he's like, not to really use his name, but like, he made him, he was fighting like he's like a monkey, jumping from rope to rope, like doing rolls and flips and stuff. Like he's very agile. He's swinging around during fights, like very weirdly. But that way they don't have to overuse his powers and over CGI things. I thought that was kind of cool. And I feel like I didn't notice him not doing it. It seemed like pretty fluid. But Mihawk, when he was fighting, bro, I was like, is that even the same actor just fighting right now? It was kind of weird. This guy, Axe Hand, I mean, forgettable. I'm gonna put him on D tier. He had a few lines. He had a few lines. He was just as good as Garp, honestly. Nami, S tier. Nami was awesome for maybe until the last episode. Like, well, last episode she had to be all sad and stuff, so yeah, it makes sense. But she was really interesting with all her stuff going on. Like, Nami was pretty interesting. I like that they made her a little tougher. That she starts off with a staff just following. Like, that was kind of cool. I respect it because I'm like, you're trying to put somebody on a pirate. Like, dude, Nami has to be able to fight for herself. She grew up like with pirates. Of course, she's a little tough, right? I think she was doing really good, delivering all the lines and everything. She was doing solid. Sanji is okay. He came so late in the show that I feel like he didn't have the ability to shine as much as he could have. I didn't dislike him at all though, coming in. I liked how they had the petty arguments going on between him and Zorro by the end of it, but he was like just a new guy on the last couple episodes, so it was kind of weird. I don't know. I think I'm gonna still put him in A though. I'm gonna still put him in A. Like, these characters, like when I'm putting these tiers, it's kind of who I liked watching, who like I wanted to have the most screen times. You know what I mean? I think Sanji and Luffy and these guys are kind of all the same one, had interest in them. Shanks gets B. Just felt, I mean, there was really not much there, really. He did okay. I mean, it was just like, most of his scenes were play by play from the anime, like line by line on the anime. Not really much he could do with it. It's, I don't know. I don't know. Shanks didn't feel like the right Shanks to me. Yeah. I don't know. Usopp? I liked Usopp. Usopp gets A. Usopp gets A tier, actually. I think he was just as good as these guys. Maybe at the beginning when he's running around doing the crazy Usopp, you know, pirates coming stuff, that was annoying. But he wasn't as corny as he was in the show. It kind of had more of a real sense to it, like a real vibe, than Usopp in the show has. You know what I'm saying? Where he's kind of exaggerating things, and he's like blatantly lying a lot of times. But the actor did a good job making it sound like he's like being confident and cocky, and almost also joking to where it makes him likable. Not like the regular Usopp where it's like he's 100% serious, it feels like. This guy made it seem like when he's telling his stories, he's like, he could just be like, I'm joking. Like, you know what I mean? If he wanted to. But like, did a good job. Usopp did a good job. This guy gets an S, bro. He ate his own leg. All right, he's a savage. Chef, I mean, he was one of the realest in this show, at least. Zorro, S tier. He was bad A. He was awesome. Every scene with Zorro was fun. Fighting was dope. He just only had like dope one-liners. It was hilarious when he's like, so what is it gonna be? Join the Marines or 7 days in the yard? He's like, 7 days, huh? Guess I'll catch up on my sleep. I was like, dang, good. Just did a good job delivering like all the lines. The fighting was dope. He was tough, very Zorro. He didn't even do bad against like the Mihawk episode, which I feel like kind of failed as an episode. I feel like he did fine. But yeah, that's the One Piece list. That's where I put the characters, at least. All right. So if you guys enjoyed it, hit the like. Let me know. I'm gonna go ahead and post this on the channel. And yeah, this was done live. Make sure to be on the streams. There's the final. GG. Okay.